back, and we are jumping into boundaries and the stop sign analogy. And people cannot respect a boundary that they cannot see, but that's not their fault. It's a missing stop sign analogy. No sign at the intersection means people just blow right through. Not because they're bad, but because there's something or nothing really actually telling them to stop, right? So your personal boundaries are unique to you. They don't actually transfer automatically. They have to be communicated. This applies to kids too. Clear, constant boundaries with follow through are it's really how they learn where the line is. All right. So you're thinking to yourself, well, damn, but things should be just how they are. Well, yes, there are normal boundaries put in place. Those are called morals. You know, you're not just going to walk up to somebody and slap them, okay? I mean, some people probably will, but that's something else, okay? But typically you're not going to, because that's wrong, right? You're not going to go up and spit on someone. You're not going to go up and take something from someone. Usually if you got some common sense and some morals, that usually stops you. Those are basic human things, all right? But let's say you have a boundary that is smacking while someone's eating, and it like makes you want to drive a fork in your head. I have that. And you might think this is a silly boundary, but like for some people, like it physically hurts you, okay? And it makes me want to like punch somebody in the face. Morally, I will not, because I know better. But I could ask that person, like, hey, could you maybe not sit so close to me? Or would you mind maybe shutting your mouth? And again, it might sound silly, but sometimes these things can't be controlled by the person that's asking you to like do this. And I know that probably does really sound silly. My husband still smacks, but he knows, he tries, and he understands that like it's almost like audibly painful. And I know there's a freaking word for it, but girl, I don't really remember what that is. So let's try another one. If you tell someone that you do not like yelling as a form of communication, well, hang on, my light went out. Whatever. Hang on. Then if you tell them you don't like yelling in communication because you shut down and you're not going to go forward, and you say, hey, can you please not yell at me, you know, and X, Y, and Z. And sometimes you really don't need to tell someone why, unless you want to, or you feel like it might help the situation, but you don't have to. You're placing a boundary. Now, when you do that, that's the stop sign, right? If you go and you're driving down a road and you see a stop sign, that tells you to stop, right? If you run it, there's consequences. You either get a ticket, you could hit someone, you get, pulled over and taken to jail. Especially if you think running that stop sign is okay, you probably got some tickets stacked up high somewhere, okay? You're probably going to just go to jail, right? So that's what the stop sign is. If you don't place it up, no one's going to know. If you only say it in your head and say, God, I wish they wouldn't do that anymore. Like, it really bothers me, or I really don't like that, or X, Y, and Z within reason. If you never verbally communicate that to them, how are they going to know? How are they going to know? They'll know. No, they won't. They will not know. See what I did there? But they just won't. And you have to sometimes do that hard thing. You have to talk to them. You have to just express that. You can do this through a frickin' email. You can do it through a text. You could do it through a handwritten letter if you don't feel comfortable enough to express it, okay? Now, my mother, yeah, we're going to go there a minute. She likes to trauma dump on me. and then most of her conversation is just like not great. Okay, it's usually depressing. It's and I get that, everybody has that, but it's all literally all the time. And then she doesn't really ever ask too much about me. Sometimes she will, or sometimes my kids, but it's very one-ended, and it's dumping all her stuff onto me, and some of this shit's crazy. Okay, like, chill out, please. So I put the boundary in place that the majority of the communication I have with her will be text, because if I need to step away because I have a crap load of kids and I got other stuff going on, it's okay. But if she starts getting to that point, then I kind of move. But I did tell her, I've told her, she knows, I put that stop sign up. So because she keeps crossing that in certain aspects, this is me putting my boundary into place where communication can still happen, but I am using a text form so that sometimes, unless you're using talk to text, all of it isn't going to be texted out most of the time, unless they call you. And usually she'll ask, and then at that point I know, okay, be prepared. But to be honest, the last conversation or two, it's really not been that bad. But that's what I'm talking about, though. If you tell someone and you tell someone and you tell someone, either A, find a different route if you want them still in your life, or B, tell them the consequence, and that's it. And once they cross it, do whatever that consequence is. Put the fucking stop sign up. Just do it. You might not feel comfortable, but it's okay, because you don't want to be in a situation where you're no longer comfortable either. Okay? Okay. So, one insight, one win, one action. Okay? This is my 1-1-1 method. One insight. Figure out what boundary is like an absolute no-no for you, with maybe a situation that you should have them know. You're going to take the action, all right? That one action to set that boundary. And then you're going to call that a win for you today. And it's just by telling them, like I said, text, email, letter, whatever, let them know. That's your action, your one action to do, okay? And if they continue to go forward, you know, take how you see fit going forward into that. And before we close out, before this, we talked about our soul reset. Now we were on our mindset. Come back next Tuesday for a follow-up portion to the boundaries. I have a whole series for this month on boundaries, and we get a little deeper too. So if you enjoyed this, come back next week, next Tuesday. Follow the text stamp if you don't want to like see the mindset portion. Just come straight to the boundaries. I'll have it marked down below. And if you're still here, I hope you're here to get your reading. Okay, so let's jump into it, babe. Let's get your wisdom for the week, get some cards pulled, and maybe some answers about some things you're struggling with. Okay, I will see you in the next portion. All right, if you've made it to this point, you are here for your weekly pull. I am using the tarot. This bit, I think I got it off Timo or something. I don't know. I'll put it in the comments. I may have got it off Amazon. Okay, cards. Okay. Now, some of these videos, you'll see the overview. This one, we're just going to do it normal. I'm going to pull some cards for your week. Maybe it's been something that you've been, I don't know, fighting with. Something that, I don't know, it's just really heavy on your mind, or you need clarity. And I'm hoping that this right here brings you a little bit closer to that, and maybe it will give you some tips for the week. Let's see. Okay, we've got two right here. 10 of Cups. Ooh, babe. And then Knight of Swords so far. So 10 of Cups is happiness, fulfillment, emotional stability, happy home. Like, these are big things. Water signs. As far as zodiac signs, we're looking at Pisces, and this one is just all about fulfillment, like happy ending, like you're gonna have a great freaking week, okay? But Knight of Swords comes into play, and it's big change, honest, rebellious, impulsive, perfectionism. This is Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, and fire or air element. Okay, so it's like whatever you're dealing with, maybe you already know, this is telling you yes, whatever that change is, whatever it is, because we had the Ten of Cups first, and then we had the Knight of Swords come in second. So it's kind of like maybe reassuring you that whatever you're about to go through, girlie, whatever that is, it's going to be okay. Let's see what other cards we have. Oh, I'm getting them by twos, girl. So that's two. This is by twos. Let's see. We've got the Four of Pentacles and the Devil. Okay. Devil ain't that bad. Okay. I'm just going to tell you. So for the Four of Pentacles, it's actually in reverse. Okay. And this is generosity, giving freely, openness, reckless spending. This is Earth element and Capricorn. Hang on, and we'll come back to that one. But the Devil is addiction, obsession, materialism, excessive, and powerlessness. Earth element, and we are riding with Capricorn, Aquarius, and the planet Saturn, which is hardworking, ambitious, and dedicated. Okay. Okay. So what I'm looking at with these cards is, oh, an addiction can be with everything. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you. But it looks like you go into like this big, like a really good spot, and it's a big change. You're being rebellious, and I'm almost thinking this is a job. This is a job. Materialism, excessive powerlessness, obsession with the addiction with the Devil, but the generosity, giving freely, openness, reckless, and spending, if we're almost like working backwards, because I feel like this is like a job or something that is kind of relevant to that. Maybe it is something that you feel is, you know, like a job for you. You're putting in the work. You're working your ass off. But you're giving too much of yourself. Too much. And the big change in honesty, I feel like you're shifting from moving away from something really big. Something you don't feel appreciated in. Could be a relationship too, but I'm feeling like work vibes. Like, you know what I mean? You do something all the time for your boss. You think you're getting good brownie points, and then no, you're not. You're basically just slaving away so they get the credit, but you keep a job and that's it, and you feel stuck and you don't feel like you can do anything about it. Like, that's just like the energy I'm kind of picking up, and this all does seem like it's kind of coming in reverse. Like, when you make that change and you're honest about yourself, and the rebellious could be like, hey, I quit, or hey, I'm not going to deal with your stuff anymore. I can't do this. Like, ooh, too many cards. But we're going to take this one. Ten of Pentacles. Legacy, foundation, inheritance, stability, family, and wealth. That's what this is. And it's Virgo, earth element, and it's saying yes. Down here it's saying yes. So if we go from like this job situation and we move through and we kind of wrap back around, this is where that comes into play. Legacy. You're building something. The foundation. It might not be the foundation that you thought. It might be like me. You're building your own business. You're building your legacy for your kids. You know what I mean? It's not going to always be something like, oh, I'm some big wig in some office and this is the legacy I get to hand my kids, or the legacy in the fact that you have a mansion and all this money. Like, it doesn't always mean those kind of things. A lot of my business stuff, it can be put in that legacy category because I'm trying to build the generational wealth for my kids, so that any of my products that are evergreen, they can continue selling even when I'm not around. And they're so versatile that even 20, 30 years from now, people are probably going to still need it. But anything that I make they're able to see. Like, I have SOP, systems of operations, for my products, for my business. Anybody could come in and know exactly what I do. Like, I do need to update it, to be honest. She's it. But anybody could come in and work and do what I've done with a lot of my stuff. Like I said, again, I have to redo it because I've changed some things recently, but they would be able to take over no problem. Things would be transferable to them. And the kind of life that I'm trying to build, it would be with, investments and, you know, different things of that nature. And that's okay. Anyway, we're going to leave off on this, which is the Queen of Cups. Sensitivity, intuition, healer, inspirational, femininity, shy, sorry, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, the water element, and yes. So this is your last card. And so I feel like we had to see the beautiful picture. We had to go through the rough spot, and then we were wrapping back around to that Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is literally what you think. She's the Queen of Cups. Her cups are filled. She's filled. Her life is overflowing. And not just in riches, okay? It's not just that. You are someone, when it talks about healer, sensitivity, intuition, inspiration, you are a guide of some sort. Leading, or supposed to be leading the masses, like me, in a sense. I'm not that, like, big-headed, okay? But I'm a healer because I have went through a shit ton of shit in my life. And I found out when I was 24 that that's exactly what I was supposed to do. I already knew before then. But I had a click moment and I was like, yep, that's it. You know, I do readings. I used to have my clairvoyance. I kind of shut that shit down a long time ago, and I wish I wouldn't have. Hoping it comes back in a different form. But that's what it is about. You are a leader. You are not meant to be working under someone like that, okay? But you are meant to take your message and tell it to the world. Whatever your ideas are, whatever your products are, whatever it is, even if it's just talking and opening up about your life, that right there, that alone is it. That's the key. And healers, we always try to let people in on our authentic life, on our troubles, our struggles. Let people know, like, what we've had to go through, what we did to get through it, what we're continuing to do. Healers, humans, doesn't really matter. You're always learning. Always. You can know a lot of shit, but you're still going to be learning. You're still going to grow, because we have different phases. And in that, our mindset grows and grows depending on how you're growing in general. And that just is amazing. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. Tune in for, hang on, our next video. I reset my anchor days, you guys, and I forgot what damn day. Thursday. Come back Thursday. If not, come back next Tuesday if you want to see more readings or more little card pulls and stuff on boundaries and mindset and solar resets. Come join me next Tuesday. If you would like a private reading or any kind of coaching, whether business, spiritual, or life, boo-boo, I got you. Links down in the bio or description. You're going to find all my stuff, or go to ashleybarrow.site. I've got all my stuff there, and I've got other products. I've got digital products soon. I'll have some workshops, and I'll have all that stuff. So if you stayed through this whole video, which I know is very long, but it is segmented out into different stuffs, I really appreciate you. And if you enjoyed it, make sure you follow and comment below. Comment below if this reading resonates with you now, or if it happens this week, come back and let me know, and let me know all the details. I'm just saying. All right. I will see you guys later. Bye.